feel like this is the good one to review just in general. What do you remember about
Oh,
this game in particular?
my tank was really good. I didn't think I was contributing as much, and in the last maybe like 30 seconds, I DC. But I think there's a lot to get from this game though, because I the comp was so hard to play into as four. Like it was because Emma is already difficult enough, and Phoenix kind of just pops you if you make any bad engages. So I was really struggling with finding the right timing to go in and when not to
Hmm,
how not to feed. Like it was just one of those games that I really want to do more, but I can't because if I try doing more, I get destroyed.
exactly.
Like I think that's my main problem for it's like I want to be able to do more and help the team to win, but if I do more, I'm feeding, and I'm like, okay, how do I find the right balance, right?
Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, Thor is quite well, it's not too squishy, but it's more squishy compared to the other tanks in a way, right? So you have to find this good timing to go in and just be able to do that decent amount of pressure too. So that's right.
Yeah, and in the last like 5 minutes, I had to switch to Magneto because it was literally like I'd have maybe like an hour in Magneto, but I felt that was more worth it to do than playing four into that. It was genuinely so difficult to do anything
Right, right. And why
because
you
they switched to Punisher as well, and I was just getting fried.
makes sense, makes sense. So just mostly because of the Punisher. That's why it was a little bit tough, you think?
When you watch it, you understand what I mean. It's just I think four is really easy to count, like not to counter because I don't really believe in countering that much, but there's a lot of characters that make his life really difficult to be able to dive the back line.
Yeah, that makes total sense. That makes sense. Okay, yeah, let's start with that one. Maybe we can focus on the timing, and if there's gonna be anything else, we can take a look and see.
Yeah.
Yep, just as we said, just based on the big curriculum, big list, we can do it step by step in a way. All right, and yeah, so we're mostly focusing on Thor, and that's it, right? At least for today.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, that sounds good with me. Right, let's maybe start with this game, see what we can start working on maybe. Right, do you see the stream? Does it work?
Yes, yeah, yes. Oh, stream failed to start. Yeah, there you go. Now it's starting. Yeah, it's all
Oh,
good now.
okay, yeah, if there's gonna be anything, let's say the quality will drop or something, let me know. But I think it should be
Yeah.
all good. The ping seems like everything's alright. Okay, so this is you, I assume, on the Thor here?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, perfect. So let's just start with general thought process. What are you looking to do on this map because of your composition? Maybe you see there's something in the enemy team and you adjust your playstyle based on it too. So just want to hear any general thoughts here. What do you would say?
Awakening for ult charge and just to see what the enemy team has. Then I'm gonna get on high ground and I'm gonna try to pull somebody in, or I'm gonna see if their backline's easy to dive, and I'm just gonna wait for the right timing to try to do something. But until then, I'm just gonna try to awaken and just do damage to their tank.
That sounds like a good plan, I would say. Usually you have this decent amount of downtime to just scout before the fight starts and just do that early damage. So I would say why not? And then after that, contesting angles. First off, you can set up your own kill potential, but then second, you can also deny the enemy angles too, in a way. So that's really nice. All right, let's take a look and see then. How is that gonna go? Starting with the early awaken. Then after that, do notice that there's ammo slightly out of position. That's fine. And then after that, we get hooked in, and that's why we have this kind of downtime in here. Okay, so it seems like we kind of follow this more of a frontline war now, though. Yeah, even though we said, let's just try to contest the top, we still kind of play for this choke here. Is there a reason why we do that? Why we not contesting the stop here? What do you would say?
Hmm. Oh, I think I was just trying to wait for maybe just play around with the strange, see if I can pull him in. But I think yeah, I should be contesting the Moon Knight here, right? And not just playing around cart.
That
I
may be
already
the
think I should
priority.
be there.
Yeah, that may be the priority, yeah. Let's just say, use a tank. Your ultimate job is always be somewhere where you can punish more dangerous angle. Yeah, and because you're there, you're absorbing the enemy attention, and you're not necessarily getting kills sometimes, but you just may push the enemy out as well. But the question is, when is that actually possible for you to stay main? Yeah, when that would be a good idea. So let's say you have two choices right now. Go on the Sama, which may be okay. Now let's talk about it too. Or you can go on the Moon Knight, but what's more valuable and why? When do you make the choice
Oh,
to one over another? Let's put it this way. What do you
yeah.
would say?
Yeah, I should definitely. I think I just went for the Emma just because she looked a little bit out of position. I wanted to see if I
Mhm.
could capitalize on it. Well, not out of position, but she's a little bit separated. But Moon Knight, I could have alleviated pressure from my supports and maybe gotten a kill if I went for the Moon Knight.
Yeah, it seems like
Yeah.
both of the targets, it may be because she's out of position here. Potentially, you may force out more defensive resources from the enemy. And this is kind of the same purpose. If I try to go on the single A, maybe this is going to be happening as well. But I would say there's always going to be good reason why you do this, right? So if you're not forcing, if you notice that you're not going to get cooldown trade or better cooldown trade, or you're not able to set up the kill on the main, then you need to be careful with going over and over. Maybe the first one, the first push here is not too bad, right? So what it forces here? Let's see, maybe if there's anything big we may force. Yeah, we misposition her here. She's not using the diamond form though, so this may be not too oppressive right now. The Strange is using shields, and those guys obviously they have to heal actively. So this window over here, maybe it's kind of okay trade, but if you can look even for bigger one, that's even better, right? So not too bad. But then after that, just this is also another part here, yeah, how we getting pulled in. Is there's a way to play around it for us at the moment? Like, let's say it's just another layer though, in my opinion, but when you look for this here, how should you play so the enemy is not punishing your aggression though? What do you think?
After storm surging, I should have just storm surged up or just like used cover maybe.
So just go over here somewhere, or where you want to
Yeah,
be?
probably.
Yeah,
Or
maybe.
storm surge just up.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, this also may be okay. But anyway, it's just definitely should I would say it's always fine if you think about the cover is a first priority, right? If we're trying to punish somebody out of position, maybe there's gonna be someone you'd really like to push. I think that's a good idea, but always try to think about how do you do that while going to corners. So it's sort of like can you also tell me? Can you remind me? You've been playing some Overwatch before, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. From what I remember, yeah, you mentioned you had some decent experience. Remember the tanks like Winston or the tanks like Doomfist? The same idea. When you're trying to go in, you a lot of the times can punish the enemy out of position, but you always have to do it in the mind of what is that next corner I'm going towards, right? So this is also
Mm.
maybe something what you can keep in mind. It's just if I'm trying to force out the cooldowns, if there's maybe not too high chance of getting a kill, especially, I think you gotta be careful, right? And we see now you kind of walk in the open here, so there's a high chance for you to receive a lot of pressure. But let's say you do this, you play this cover, then there's more chance for you to dodge this stuff. Obviously, we have to be aware of it though. But it takes time for this guy to also use the entire hook. Yeah, there's entire animation going on. So once you're aware of this, then it may be easier. Play card, play here. Yeah, there's a lot of flexibility with that. All right, does all of it make sense, or
Yeah, 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 yeah. I get
yeah,
you.
so far, go from cover to cover. I'm just gonna write it down. Also, our priorities, dealing with active angles, possibly, but there can be exceptions. It's just if there is easy kill opportunity, or you notice that you're able to get better cooldown trade on the main, that's fine. But most of the time, attention on those guys taking off angles more. Yeah, let's continue. What was the last thing you heard from me?
Oh, you didn't even. Oh, okay. You were just saying, don't sit around on cart, contest angles, aggressive angles from the enemy. It's just like I'm just sitting on cart doing nothing. It's just better to just like go do something with the moonlight than just sit around not doing anything on cart.
Yeah. So
Because I'm not
basically,
really accomplishing anything.
yeah, exactly. So there's gonna be a good reason why we are playing main. Let's phrase it this way. Okay, yeah, this sounds good. All right. Do you have any questions about anything so far, or does everything make
No.
sense?
It's pretty.
Uh,
No, yeah, it's pretty simple stuff. I get it.
okay. All right. Can you see the stream again?
Yep.
All right. Let's keep watching. And also this idea, so see the way you perform this shift, this looks better. When you go to this corner and then I keep going on this guy, but at the same time you kind of keeping the cover in mind, so you'll not get punished after, especially during this awaken form, you're quite weak. So I feel like it's just something what we always gotta be aware of. This is gonna be okay. Yeah, maybe if there's no other choice we can make with, let's say, angles, we kind of contest them. Yeah, just going after more stationary guys like this, I feel like is always viable. You isolate them in a way, so now there's better cooldown forcing going on. But right after though, okay, let's see what we can do. So this one definitely not, it's not looking too bad when we look for the shift. But then what do you think you should be doing after this? Is it still kind of, let's keep rushing from the main here, let's look for the same kind of wide turn and push them in? Or what's your thought process here?
Yeah, like I should have probably tried to force another like grab. I should have. I don't even know what I could do. I could probably just sit and awaken, but I guess I'm not really doing much. I could probably try to go up, like try to awaken the supports, try to get them like some attention to me. Like, because this is what I mean. Like, I'm not really. I feel like I'm not doing anything because I can't do anything.
Yeah,
Because if I kind of do the supports, I'm just gonna get like the Bucky's gonna look at me. I'm gonna get 2 shots to the head. I'm gonna like explode. Basically, I have to come back to main anyway.
right. So let's just put it this way, because there are multiple ideas we can do. Obviously, the easiest one is let's use Awake and let's maybe keep up the pressure, but at the same time, all of this pressure can be blocked by the Doctor Strange, and I feel like, yes, we can farm all charge, but still, might be not the most impressive, especially doing this. When at this time, you're disadvantage. You lost one member. So what do you expect the enemy to do? What do you expect them to do right
Push
now?
forward.
Yeah,
They're gonna push forward, and yeah, I don't know. They're just gonna push forward. They can't go too forward because our spawn's right there, though. But they're probably gonna push our Phoenix.
exactly.
Get out of
So
position.
during this, what do you feel like is better positional choice? If you like to punish the aggression a little bit better, is it gonna be us sitting in this corner, or is there anything else what I can do to maybe make it easy for you again to deal with activity? There's only activity on this main angle, right? So you potentially only punishing either their tanks, or let's say somebody goes on the angle again, maybe you can punish that, but there's no angles right now. So let's say tanks are not too bad to punish, but is this gonna be the position which makes it easy for you to punish those guys? Let's put it this way.
No, probably not.
Is there a better position?
Um, Generally, I don't think so. I don't really know what I could do that's like safe to like try to pressure them right now while like we wait for a Hela to come back.
Right, right. What do you think if, because the enemy team is gonna push you in eventually, right? So your defensive route is gonna be looking like this in a way. Ideally, all of the guys, all your
Yeah.
backline, they will try to go this way. That means these guys, they have to make this turn, right? They kind of have to go here. And there's idea, you as just any more mobile DPS, so just in general as a tank too, that is good to think about. You want to keep the enemy busy while they're doing all this stuff, and just to make it look scary for them to even push inside the area. The problem with Thor is, if you're trying to take face-to-face fights with Emma and Doctor Strange, you're not gonna sustain too much, right? It's gonna be complicated. You need to take advantage of your mobility a little bit more. So, what do you would say if you know that this guy's gonna push forward like this, kind of in Syria, right? Then would that be would that be potentially any better position where you can punish all this rotation? end up using your mobility in a way too? What do you would say?
Probably if they try pushing too much, I'm gonna try to like bring them into my team. But like I don't really know how we'll do it in like a safe way. Because if I try to get M, I'm gonna get diamond
Yeah.
and like die
Let's say
immediately.
you can't be here. You can't fight face to face. You need to be somewhere else to start doing that, right? So what if I will give you the example. Let's say you literally go to this corner and sit here. Or what if I go up there and once these guys are pushing, you can do the same, try to kind of do this wide turn or something, try to trap them in. But because you're here, it's much easier, right? Because they have to deal with you. Let's say they push you, well, then you sort of trap them in your space and your kill zone here. They have to make a turn to you, and they're not making turn to the back line. But when you sit here, what happens to you is you receive a lot of pressure face to face. You might get pushed, and your backline will get pushed too, because you're taking the same angle in a way, right? And
Sure.
let's
So
say,
I'm trying to bait them in.
yes, exactly. This is what I think you can do. Just partially, yeah, let's maybe write it down as a idea. So first, if you have downtime, you need to choose better position. Yeah, so baiting the enemy, and there's one thing. Another thing is, it's this idea. First of all, when you're doing this, when you're doing the shift, you see how open you are. You need to do all of this by going from cover to cover anyway. So if I do it, for example, from this corner, I started behind the corner, and then I end up somewhere behind the corner. That is the best. Of course, it's not gonna be something you can do all the time. Sometimes you will have to end up in the open. That's okay, but it just as a general direction. That's really important to follow. And you see, when you also do it this way, it's another layer of you position too much in front, away from the corner, right? But what if I start doing something behind it, right? But yeah, first, the most important layer is just go in somewhere where you can trap them in your space. Does it make sense?
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's put it this way. Trap enemy in your space. Yeah, it's just something what we're doing consistently, especially during the downtime. They're gonna push. They have to make a choice, so don't feel like you have to do too much. It's like, let's say you would play Overwatch, you would charge in as Ryan here, or something like that, when you're disadvantaged. That would not work great, right? But if I would play the space where I just make them push me, and I can trap them in my space, like, let's say there would be, you remember Reinhardt, right? They usually use the
Yeah,
pin to
of
kind
course.
of, yeah, and let's say this space here is getting pushed, I can just provide the pin towards my team this way. This becomes really oppressive. This becomes something what my team can punish after. Maybe we can create a pick, but now you're forced to go back, and you're just kind of keeping this frontline pressure. I see this corner works so much better now. They have to make a choice. Well, at the same time, you have to make the choice as well. Who do you push? Do you push those guys here? Do you push the angle? If they ever contest it, of course. But yeah, anyway, this works much better because they are not aware of you. You may punish their aggression. You may push them in. And if they're aware of you, then your team can punish this here. So I feel like, yeah,
Oh
obviously,
my god, I just got fried.
yeah, well, with slight disadvantage here, so it's understandable too. Is there a better way to execute this, you feel like, or is it good enough as well? I mean, we're kind of trying to trap them in. This Doctor Strange here, and is there anything else you can be doing, or?
I could probably try to ground him with my bubble, but that wouldn't have stopped me from getting exploded on. I
Yeah,
could
getting
try to bring
shredded.
him up a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
could have tried to storm surge him up so I didn't get immediately shot at, and I could like fall down into my strange shield maybe.
Yeah, yeah. And you see, the way you posture as well, I really think you need to come up with the plan where you end up next, what kind of corner you end up next. So you can push in different ways, right? I can push this guy in like this, which is fine, but I can also push him in like this, which is even better, because this is your
I
corner.
got cover.
Yeah, and you're also gonna have cover too. You maybe can also use corners as a way to trap people too, right? Because if we end up open like this, there's a higher chance for them to just go around you. But when we trap them in near the cover, I feel like it's always gonna be easier. Like this, you can try to use a little bit of this space. Now you're just too exposed. Need to go cover to cover.
Yeah.
This is a good idea though. Just
Nah, just
maybe,
die. Actually,
yeah, the execution here maybe can be slightly better, but it's fine. Okay, we start with Early Awakened, that's good. Now, yeah, just there's not much we can do at the start. Okay, after that, just looking for the push. You have that sort of advantage with Invis ultimate. Okay. Push in, take space, sure. Go for the ultimate, that's fine. And I have a lot of sustain though, might
yeah,
be.
yeah. It's just rivals. It's so dumb.
Yeah, it's just,
I'm so surprised because I was waiting for the cloak to fade to ult her,
yeah,
and then I was like, oh, I'm right on top of her. I might be able to kill her through Invis ultimate, and then she just unfazed, doesn't care.
yeah, yeah, there's so much sustain here. Well, I feel like in Syria, this is still not too bad
Right.
because you have the rest of the people maybe potentially able to follow up on this, so it's all right. Just definitely, there's a lot of sustain. Sometimes it happens. What I'm really a lot of the times thinking is just at least you're forcing something from those guys, which is great. So well, that's okay. That's okay with us, really. Your main purpose is it's the same idea in Overwatch too, right? You use a tank, you're not necessarily getting kills as your first priority. You're going in, then they use something. Let's say they use beat, they use transcendence. Okay, that's good results. Obviously, if you can, maybe force that early. That is something what you can think about too. Yeah, put extra pressure force them to use ultimate before you use yours, if possible, with your normal cooldowns. But if not, then that's okay. So take that
Yeah.
sometimes. That's fine. Yeah, it's still not too bad. Yeah, it's fine. All right. Okay, after that, we decide to disengage. Yeah, I don't think you have to go that deep. You know, it's just I understand that we have to give up the space, but at the same time, I'm trying to think about this idea of let me still try to think about how can I trap the enemy in my space, and I feel like you have more flexibility besides what you do now, which is makes sense. You will have to give up the space, but is there's a battle location you can go towards, so it's easier for you to trap the enemy in. Again, we're imagining how this guy's gonna be pushing, right? And as our first priority, if I end up here, then I'm getting pushed and my teammates getting pushed. So let's use the same idea like we did here, right? You split the attention. This works quite well all the time. So is there's a better position for you to go towards? So you may trap
To
the
go
enemy in.
back to.
Can,
I don't
yeah.
think I can trap anyone right now because Emma's ulting. But
Yeah,
like,
yes, but in theory, you see, it should happen even before the ammo is ulting. This is the thing. It should
mm,
kind of be our default decision. I don't care. Yeah, obviously, if the ammo is ulting, you will not be fighting, but I care more about your initial decisions. So if you make those, then there's a high chance for you to carry the fight, generally speaking, right? So I don't want as default decision here, just because there's Invis ultimate here, to start with just go back to my team, right? You should be always thinking go back, but how can I also keep the enemy busy once they push, because they will push, and with ammo ultimate too. But what do you think?
actually, no. I don't know how to like as I because as soon as I noticed that Emma had diamond and the invis ult and I couldn't kill the cloak, I just wanted to go back to like my team to cover. So like I didn't really think about keeping the pressure up, but like what would I do to try to like do it in a more like aggressive way, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably anything besides this. Yeah, you need to come up with the angle, because the thing is, let's say the enemy is being silly, they make a mistake. From this position, you're not gonna capitalize on it. But let's say I don't know, I go like to this cover here, at least. Then I have a chance to punish this guy or something, or there's gonna be
Oh, okay.
someone else. Yeah, it's just, oh, let's say you also create this wide turn and push them out this way, right? I don't want your default rotation to be let's jump back to my
My
team.
team.
And this is the
Yeah,
same
okay, I get it.
as can you remind me what characters you played in Overwatch? Can give you a few
I'm actually
analogies.
I played Overwatch today. I play support. I play Zen Kiri.
Yeah, Zankiri.
Honor.
Mm. Yeah, okay. I can give you example then. With Akiri, a lot of the times he would like to take angles too. He would like to take flanks sometimes as well. But the way you go back to your team is not necessarily by TPing back completely. You can still go towards another angle. And this is kind of the same idea. Your rotation shouldn't be, as what I like to call, linear. This is linear. I just go in and then go out. And you spend a lot of the time doing that. But let's say I started here. This is gonna be your position 1. Yeah, you done your first push, position 2. Position 3 here was the second. Yeah, instead of it being this way, you can, I don't know, go like here. Let's call it position 2.1, or in theory here, which is not ideal, but maybe you
But
can.
I know what you
Yeah,
mean.
maybe you
Okay.
can end up there, and then you don't have to use your pool to get back in the fight twice. You just have it, and there's just such a high uptime with this. I will show this idea too. Let me just give you. Yeah, I think this can be a good example. This idea, non-linear rotation whatsoever. Yeah, I have this video probably. Yeah. So this
Yeah,
the.
I think I get what you mean though. It's
Mhm.
because that's like what I was doing before in the beginning of the video. Like I tried bringing the Emma in, but then I kind of just stayed up front. I could have like gone on the Moon Knight like again, and then after trying to kill the cloak, I could have instead of going to my team, I could have tried pushing the Moon Knight because I was still in cloak ultimate. I could have still
Yeah.
done something to like do. Okay, actually
Okay,
that
okay.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, okay, yeah. There's also kind of similar video I have on my YouTube. I call it non-linear rotation. It's on main YouTube, but I use the magic as the main source there. But
Oh,
this is the same idea. A lot of the times people do this. This is really bad. You don't have to. I know it's like, again, this is a new game. And that's what you usually see that people done in Overwatch as well. Let's say Winston goes in like this. They jump in, they jump out like this. This is really stupid though. You don't have to do
yeah.
it this way. You just have to.
Because
Because
you
now,
keep their attention as well.
yeah,
Because they're
attention.
using cooldowns on me.
Exactly. And they're not killing the rest of your backline and you at the same time, right? You still get punished for it
Oh,
anyway, by the way, because you end up in the Emma ultimate still. And this Bucky, that's why I feel like this is so stupid in this game. People all stuck main, and there's so many things where you can punish just being stacked in together with all this stuff. There's so much AoE stuff. I don't know. You can. I feel like you really need to capitalize of the angles more. People just don't realize that they still stack down main a lot. I feel like I know there's more sustain in this game though. So if you do have it, then sure, you can do that. But other than that, I feel like angle control is so important. It's just still, it's a hero shooter. I know
yeah, no,
Overwatch
I
is,
understand that.
yeah, Overwatch is definitely more on damage side, but yeah, still, even this game.
So I prefer Overwatch. It's a lot more. I feel like you get punished a lot more for like picking the wrong angles.
Oh
Then
well.
the rivals, it just feels like it's too much sustained.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh well, just in case, we can also do sessions later on Overwatch too. But yeah, the rival's still fine. Yeah, it's all right.
No,
All right, let's see. So yeah, early poke, fine. Cancel. This is good cancel because you can punish the aggression here. All right, we noticed that there's Moon Knight. No one to punish in the angle. This is good. The way he performed it as well. Maybe can he do the turn to the left here? Let's see. I think it's possible, right?
on console, yeah, it definitely is. I need to up my sensitivity on controller though. I definitely
Let's
could
take a
have. I
look.
just wanted to. I wanted to get away from the Emma because she's got diamond. I didn't want to like do it too like slowly and then maybe like get taken out of it.
I see. I see. Well then, hmm. See, it's kind of a drop quickly, right? Then you do this shift instantly. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
He was
Well.
also walking back as well. He was also walking back, so I didn't want to
Yep.
miss my opportunity to bring him in.
Yeah. Yeah. But this is still a good decision. You done the pressure from the angle. You keep this guy trapped in his space. There's just no active angles to deal with. So let me just trap this guy and that's okay. Yeah, actually, I'm trying to think about how to phrase it. Yeah, let's just say priority list or like target. Okay, target priority general,
Mm.
general stuff, right? So we mentioned so far, uh, anyone taking angles to first priority. Deal with off angles first. If there are no off angles, then I feel like punishing the people like this, more stationary, is gonna be okay. I punish stationary targets on the main. Yeah, you can trap them in. This is... yeah, I feel like this is fine. It's most all the time what I did too when I played Thor as well. Obviously, deal with the angles first, but yeah. Okay, that's fine. Deal with this, sure, that's great. Now there's no angle, maybe we can keep punishing this guy. This is really good. Okay. Okay, we missed that, but this is really good intention. This is really nice. Yeah, so now you can keep pushing. You have the uptime with the Awakened, that's great. We have to go out, but the way you do that, where should you go?
I should have gone up and then try to see if I could pull anybody out of the cloak out. I should have gone,
Yep.
like, yeah.
Just don't waste your time. You will have to use...
Non-linear.
yeah.
Don't make it a linear rotation. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
It's actually really good advice. I've never seen that in any video. It's actually smart.
Yeah. It's kind of the same idea as I would teach the ball players, or Winston players, or Doomfist. This is just the same all over, because people... well, an Overwatch is more dedicated base, player base now. I feel like they definitely do less of it, but yeah, it's really important in any game. You see, could be already here, and this guy goes in, I can punish him already.
Oh, I pull him in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's actually a good point. I've actually spot that well.
This is fine, okay, if this guy's...
I don't know what he's doing. What was that? That was so dumb.
Yeah, well, you dropping him in there, that's okay.
that was
good.
the worst.
Good night ultimate there too, and yeah. We can keep pushing. Take space, that's fine. Good usage of cover. This guy's... okay, I see what you're trying to do here.
Did you see the Moon Knight? Did you see the Moon Knight, like how he went up? I thought he was gonna drop into my ultimate, like right here. He jumps up, right? I thought he was gonna fall down onto my ultimate, and then he just disappeared.
Yeah, he just died to the lunar cell. Okay, my question to you though, is it even... do you even need the ultimate here though?
Nah, probably not. But I just wanted to stagger. Because my ultimate sucks. My God.
Yeah, your ultimate sucks, but it still does stuff like this, where you're forcing them to do something at the valuable time. Right now, it just doesn't matter. It's kind of like you go in as the clear course, and yeah, they use the Transcendence here. It doesn't make sense, right? Obviously, you can say, well, my ultimate is not as valuable, but this just...
no, it doesn't force any useful cooldowns. It's downtime in a fight. I get what you mean.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a bad ultimate.
Exactly. It's more valuable to lock for something during the points of when you have this equal amount of resources, right? There's just... this is good to try to get the staggers, though. I just wouldn't do that with the ultimate, that's all. You have to...
yeah, okay.
You can keep the pressure up.
Yeah, and then I remember this fight. I was so confused here. I did not know there was a TP. There's a TP behind me. I had to look where I am. I was like, where the hell did I just pop out from?
Okay. Well, it just... oh well, that's alright. Yeah, because ideally you wanna... now you end up a little bit too far. You maybe can look for something creative. Let's say I can set up over here, can drop them in. Maybe use this space, drop them in or something. Now, I imagine during this fight, you force there's something with the ultimate, which is okay. And then your teammates, for that reason, they don't have... yeah, well, actually, the enemy, they started their pressure early with the invis, but yeah, probably after the invis, we can just do something with our ultimate. That would be pretty good, but anyway.
If I had ultimate, because I also had Luna damage boost, I could have done something like really big. Yeah.
Actually, it's a good point, too. The damage boost. Can you one-shot people with damage boost of
Luna? Yeah, you can. Yeah, whenever I play and I have a Luna, if they invis ultimate, I have my stack always play strange. So he eyes, and I ult right on top of them, and it kills through.
Yeah,
okay. If strange also shoots. Luna ultimate kills for anything, though, with damage boost.
Okay. Yeah, it's actually a good point. Yeah. Okay, that's something... what's good to do. But that's what I mean in this game as well. A lot of people don't recognize, and I talk a lot about it, is that There are some small things like anti-heal or just big amount of the pressure which you can do to punish the Invis ultimate or like Cloak and Dagger ultimate as well. That's really, really important. Alright, anyway.
Oh my god, I nearly exploded.
Okay. Oh, well, it's alright. Even though you die here, you probably capture the point. Not too bad. Okay, let's see where we start next. Go on the left side. Early pressure. Yeah, okay. That's a good...
Fully aim.
I mean, you know, the thing is, doing this, I feel like it's not gonna be consistent. It's never consistent because you have this big range and with projectiles, it's just not as easy. That's fine. You hit at least couple, that's
Yeah.
fine. Of course, you can align the shots. Let's say you really expect them to come from the choke. It's maybe gonna be easier. So I'm not sure. You have to experiment with this, but I always found that this idea of let me just farm something, yeah, let me farm resources, it's more something to do about you expecting the enemy to come around the corners and
I
you
like
know,
mark the angle.
yeah, and you knowing that they have more people here right now. If you're on the off angle, in theory, if you take in the active fight here, this can be used as a sort of way for me to keep dropping people in, but the fight is not here, right? The fight is going to be over here, so it still maybe can poke and make sure that these guys it's going to be more predictable for you. For example, I really expect them to take this rotation, and is in Overwatch, there's the same idea. You as a Kiri, you saw kunais, right? But you saw them in the corners in a way where the people are coming from. Or Zenyatta, you saw in random right clicks before the fight starts. You're really hoping to get a kill occasionally because there's more chance that somebody walks into it, but
But it's
not.
just more about the attention. Because you're
Yeah,
not gonna get the kill like 2 times out of 10 or like 1 out of 10 or stuff like that.
yeah,
You just gotta
exactly.
keep doing it though.
Yeah, exactly. It's just you farm all charge mostly, you know. That's it. I feel like maybe that is something what you can experiment with. Maybe you can sit here. I feel like that's fine too. But maybe this is even okay for you to be on main like you did before. So definitely, there's more flexibility. Just make sure that once the fight starts, you have the good setup to keep trapping people in. All right. So what are your thoughts about this one? So this is when the setup starts, right?
Oh, I was so bad. The Bucky should have just killed me after that.
What should you do?
I
What's
should
your
have charged
position?
it up more. I should have charged it up more. I should have tried to carry him like straight forward so that like the other side on the right side of the door like that around there.
Yeah.
Because then his team would have had to look at me, and then Groot would have had like open sidelines on his whole team, and I could also like angle to the side.
Well, maybe. I'm just not too sure. Obviously, your Groot is posturing aggressively here, and the rest of you guys here, so this may work. In theory, it is still quite risky because the card here usually you can separate the maps on the 3 fights. I still understand this is possible play. I no, you know what though? I want you to think about how can you drag them into your sightlines a little bit more, because when you drag them in, you're saying like let's drag them to like here-ish somewhere, right? So they have to look at you, they kind of walk. This may work, but what if we start here and then you kind of just push them in this space or something towards your team,
So,
or
so I should have set up better. I should have set up on like that other corner.
no, what are your thoughts? What's the, because we can maybe do it this way too. I feel like there's gonna be the good reason why we're sort of pushing away from our kill zone, right? We're saying, okay, let's drop the enemy in
So
our
bring him
space.
towards the team. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the
I
thing
think
is,
I was
yeah,
just trying to annoy the strange a little bit, just like displace him, and then see if like my team would capitalize on
yeah,
anything
but
I
they
did,
can because you push them away. Oh well, they can partially, but because you pushing away,
but not much.
it's not making it easier. Because
I think I just die here.
also, keep in mind that there are projectiles in this game too, which you have like from Moon Knight, the I don't know, even Mantis. I feel like it's always going to be easier slightly if you have more mid-range sightlines on them. So if you push them away, create a much distance, maybe not the best one. I feel like you just need to come up with something different. It can be okay to start dropping the people. Let's say there's really one person you can drop in by yourself, drop them in the corner regardless of who your team is. That's fine. But when you push them in like this, yeah, we're not dropping anyone, or we're not making it easy for the rest of these people. I think it's gonna be tough. You see what I mean? So probably set up better, but yeah, you have choices. Either I sit here, or you can maybe take the top and sit here, and after they push, you can drop this guy in. I don't know, but what do you think?
Probably high ground.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have to respect it. Because even if I miss, the strange can't go up above it because he's going to be too scared of getting pulled in. So you have to respect the angle. And
Yeah,
and my
that's true.
team will be able to like you'll be bringing him into my team, not bringing him to the side, because then it's just me doing the pressure. But if I bring him in and sit on height, then like my Groot can maybe wall him off, and like I got like my Moon Knight can see the Strange as well. So I should have just sat up there on top of the midtown thingy, and then just even if I miss the Strange knows I'm there, so I don't think he'd go for
And that's really good
the
point too.
tunnel.
It's kind of because you have the position, they have to respect it. They have to deal with that somehow. Maybe they take different rotation, or they have to use some of their defensive resources to be, or like at the end of the day, push you, which is again, is really nice for us, I would say. Yeah, like this one, I feel like is gonna be better. You have the rest of your core here, so if somebody really walks, you can drop them in. If they don't, well, maybe you can also do the awaken from here. Oh, it's not too bad. Try to use the left cover there, yeah. Okay, but this one, they use ultimate. So your thoughts is, let's fall back because of what? Because of the Emma? Or is it...
No. I think I just. So do you know how the cover got destroyed
Yeah,
on my
yeah, I
left
see it
side?
on the left
It
side,
just
yeah.
blew up. I thought I was gonna get fried, so I just went to the right. And then all
Mm,
just happened to happen when I went back
mm.
because my cover got blown up. The Bucky would have killed me.
What if you keep using the same lane? What if I go here? Stay this side or something?
Stay in the angle.
Maybe. What are your thoughts?
If they wouldn't they chase me?
They can, but what can happen to them as well? If the rest of your backline is here, would that be okay?
Then that would allow Groot to walk up on them. And I
Yeah.
can also just run around. I'm four. I can just kind of
Yes.
run.
That's also true.
Okay. So
Because
I should, like you said, I need to stay on the. I can't just go in and then go out immediately. I have to stay in the angle, even if it's not a great angle. I need to like just be annoying in like some capacity, even if I'm not doing too much.
yeah, because it's definitely a little bit tough, right? And it's also harder for you to rotate to somewhere like maybe over here or something. Well, it's possible, but it feels like a little bit open. Maybe this is not a bad idea. But anyway, just regardless of if they do the pressure, we shouldn't fall back to main. I feel like you just need to come up with something else. Maybe I keep playing patient, stay here. Okay, that's fine. Maybe I can try to get this high ground eventually. That's fine. But especially with you knowing they have more frontline pressure, I feel like by default, it's gonna be harder for you to do anything. But and you do notice you get trapped anyway, but the ammo partially. Obviously, there's Invis ultimate, but you also can avoid this altogether by staying here. You use Invis ultimate and maybe trap this guys in, let's say. Yeah, I feel like mostly this. And this guy, he has to make a choice between you and the rest of the backline there. Okay, that happens. Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of just trying to do something, but just
Yeah.
support ultimate's happening.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay. Yeah, well, at this time
I
you
just
just...
walked up a little bit forward. I was trying to body block for my invis, but she just dies anyway.
It's alright.
And then I was trying to awaken because I'm not gonna shoot the strange because there's no point.
Yeah, doing this, I feel like because you... this may be something you can think about, but I'm not sure about when you have this poke phase of the fight, once you have ultimate, do you even need to use Awaken? If there's a high chance of getting a kill, sure, but if there's none, then maybe you can even hold it. I feel like because you already
I
have
was just
ultimate.
trying to break Strange
Oh,
Shield.
Strange
I
Shield.
get what you
Okay,
mean.
that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, yeah, this can work. Okay,
Because I
that's
don't want
fun.
them to push up that fast. I'm trying to
Yeah,
make space, and Awaken's only really the only
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
way I can like damage that.
That's a good point.
Oh,
Yeah,
that guy just
that's a really
exploded.
good angle there. See, you drop them in your space. That's where your teammate's coming from, and you do this turn here. Really, really nice. Okay.
I think he dies. Nice.
Well, at least you're forcing a bunch of stuff. Oh, and we rotate to an angle here. That's great. So now we don't go back. Yeah, we go forward.
Oh, don't tell me I ult this. I don't.
You
Okay,
scare,
good, good, good.
you
I
scare
definitely was
them.
going to.
Yeah. We push the strange in.
Actually, he dies.
Before, it used to be like no cooldown at all, if I'm not mistaken, right? The first seasons. When you use the shift, you could just like shift non-stop. It would be just so annoying. Right now, there's a slight cooldown on it. But I believe there was like no cooldown at all early seasons. That was so funny.
Yeah, there was no cooldown.
Yeah, you
You were just an awakening machine.
Yeah, I would always like find someone and just push the Magneto or Strange is always fun to punish this
The
way.
bully, yeah, they're the easiest tanks to play against because they don't have anything to counter you. Mag has bubble and Strange has fly, but
Exactly.
it's not enough.
Exactly. The flight was so slow as well. Right now, at least it's faster.
You
Okay.
can ground him with bubble.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, but just generally speaking, yeah. Okay, what are your thoughts on this engagement? Let's go back. So, start kind of from the angle. We'll push the Strange in. Look for the ultimate after.
I was trying to get the cloak.
Yeah.
I was just trying to get the cloak. Ultimate didn't work. I forced out cloak out though, so I'm not too sad, but too angry about it.
Yeah.
And we have space as well.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
That's alright. That's alright. Only
Do I kill the
thinking.
Bucky?
Oh,
Wait.
well, maybe. I'm just only thinking if you have a chance to perform the same actions but from here, maybe. It requires more time though, but yeah. It's like you kind
I
of.
think you're right. Maybe just an element of surprise.
Yeah. It kind of feels like you always have to compensate. If you know your teammates actively fighting, obviously there's maybe no point in investing in position like this. Because the way I look at it is, ultimates allow you to cheat your way through sometimes. Generally speaking, if we have to choose between using ultimate and position correctly, ultimate matters more. That's how I would view it. But if you can have both position and ultimate, that's really good. But right now it feels that if the rest of your core, the rest of your team is active, maybe you don't have to invest. But that is something what you can think about anyway. Maybe
I
if you
think what we're playing a bit passive, so I don't think that I don't think I was gonna like go wrap around the angle. And if we were playing a little bit more up, I probably could have done that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's passive, but it's active to this space right now. Yeah, there's actions happening. If you guys would be really far back, maybe you have time to do something. But right now, yeah, you're just gonna be okay. Skip the map control, will force the cloak and dagger. That's really good, though. Yeah, that's what I mean. You're mostly good at this stuff. Well, is any... Okay, I like this rotation, but you can maybe keep falling... Let's see. Can we keep falling left side or something? Yeah, you choose this cover, but I'm thinking, what if we choose this? The rest of these guys, can they... Well, they maybe can support you, but it's still... I'm not too sure about this one. You have to really think about the range. And there's also no HP pack whatsoever, right? So this one definitely is harder, but this one is more open to start with, right? So you open up to more damage here. So I think both of the options, depending on the situation, can work. I usually would like this one more because it can isolate the target and then you can go in, do this, you trap them in, but you have to read the tempo. What you would say is more valuable here? Go there still, or maybe like stay here? I don't know.
I just didn't want to die, so I went for cover. But if I had more HP, I think I would stay around this angle because then I would have been able to bring Just keep playing it for a bit. I could have maybe tried to keep the cloak in or the moon knight in a little bit. If I stopped right there, and then if I had a little bit more HP, that's probably what I would have done. But I don't want to die, so I just went for cover.
No, but see, once you go to cover here, you have to compensate, right? There's so many people shooting you, so there's like no real instant cover. But if I go here, then there's only this guy shooting me. So that's my
Yeah.
question. What do you think? Because there's plus 3 people, but you go to here and grab HP pack, or only one person shooting you, but you stay here. What do you think? I'm not too sure
I
about
think
this
that's
one.
probably better. I think I was just scared because I was on low HP and I didn't want to get chased. So I just went to I just took a risk trying to get to the health pack because I didn't know if my supports are busy or not, or like what's happening with my
Hmm.
supports. I just wanted to get the HP pack.
Because we can maybe try to break it down, right? So plus 3 shooting you here. There's 0. Well, there's only one person here. At the same time, there's HP pack. That's one more thing. Okay, 2 check marks. But with this, you have line of sight on your support in Syria. That's a good
Mm.
question. I feel like if you know, especially if you're confident with your supports, that they will start paying attention to you, which they should be, to be honest. At this range, it's still possible to kind of support you. Yeah, so it should be okay. Maybe we can. Yeah, the Lunar Snow, they should have the range to do something from there too. Yeah, so. Maybe it can be fine, but if you're not confident with them, I usually suggest use HP packs. That's what I tell everyone playing to dive, usually too. But your rank is pretty high, so maybe you can.
Nah, man, Celestial, even then, sometimes you get some absolute. Sometimes you just. I play for myself. I'm just gonna go get the HP pack. I'm not gonna trust my supports. I'm just
Okay,
gonna get
that's
the HP
fine.
pack.
Okay, then let's put it this way. You prioritize this, yeah, prioritize HP pack, but if the situation allows you to, I really want you to think about how do you isolate the threats just instead of going to the open. Maybe I go to the closest cover, right? I'm not dealing with too many people, and also keep in line of sight on your support while maybe you can grab the HP pack and sear it too. This is really nice because here there's just nothing out there. So yeah, you kind of, it's gonna be a little bit harder, but yeah. Okay, anyway, let's keep playing. What should I drop this? Okay, well, whatever. Okay, disappear, they die. Yes, that's fine. Can keep the pressure up. Right, so I know we're only 8 minutes in the water, but we went over this a lot of the series. Do you have any questions about anything?
No. It's I watch a lot of content. I've never heard anything about the. Oh, my voice right now. About the rotation thing is like actually really useful because my
Okay.
whole thing is I don't know like what I don't know what to be doing some of the time. Like I feel like my uptime is low. If I can stay around the angles more and have better rotations, I think that would like help out a lot. So I'm actually that's good. That's like really good advice for me. I feel like
Okay.
yeah, I'm so good so far.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Well, do you want me to skip to any other section? Maybe we can look at the defense a little bit more.
You can
Maybe we
just
can
skim
look.
through it.
Mhm.
I think I switched to mag on defense. I don't know. I don't know when I switched to mag, but just maybe have a skim for see if anything like big happens. But we can switch games as well if you want. Like just have different angles, like different
Yeah,
maps. Sorry.
exactly. That's what I want us to just get more examples of what we can do for each map. Maybe we can do it this way. Up to you, though.
Do you want me to get another Oh, we can get another replay. I'll do that.
Yeah, of course. Of course. We can do it this way. Some more in-game
Um,
situations. Let's see what we can come up with. Okay. So if you have downtime, choose better position. That's nice. Yeah,
Find again
rotations.
what stuff actually happens.
Yeah, but mostly it's
Okay.
kind of connected
Okay.
to.
This one's a good game.
Yep, yep.
This was a good game. It's a new map as well, so you're gonna feel a little bit of the pain Have you played Rivals recently at all? Because I know you're
Uh,
mostly
y-
Overwatch.
a little bit, to be honest. I just with 2 games, it's not too much time. I've been playing Thor too, just recently.
That's good. Definitely the most fun tank.
I would say
Let me
so.
just check the
I,
replay codes. All
I
good.
was always thinking just the once the Marvel started out I could play initially, but yeah, it just came out to be a Thor because there's some similarities to how I'd play Winston or like Doomfist or even Reinhardt in some case, but with Reinhardt you take more frontline fights in a way. You have more sustain compared to Thor, but yeah, anyway. What I've been doing just per seasons all the time, it's exactly this. I take angles, I time the pressure, that's it. That's already got, the game told me, okay, you're at 0.1% or something whatsoever, and I don't know, it just felt that no one takes angle. I didn't understand why, but then, yeah, I understood that. Back in the days, we remember that Overwatch, when it came out, all people would play main as well. That's kind of the same thing, but this game, yeah, people would say, okay,
I think
support.
in like one more year, people will start taking more like better angles and stuff. I try to sometimes, like in Overwatch, but it's just really weird. All right, okay, let's go through this one.
Of course, of course. Yeah, so the first one or the second one?
I'll do the first one. I just got the second one ready just for if we have enough time.
Oh yeah, of course, of course. That sounds good. All right. Okay, different name. This is you.
Yeah, this is me.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about
All
it.
right. All right. Let's see. Okay.
Oh
Well,
no, no,
I'll
no, sorry,
choose.
sorry, different one. A different team four. Different teams four.
Oh,
The four of the strange. Oh, I'm playing Loki this game. Oh, I must swap. I'll swap after 2 seconds. I feel like just skip a little bit forward. I definitely just die instantly.
let's see. Okay.
Or it must be halfway through I switch to four because I think we get rolled in this game.
Let's take a look. Let's see. Are you guys gonna play a triple tank there at the end then, or? Alright, there's still.
Nah, I think the other guy playing Venom, he's doing really awful, and then he switches. Actually, no, wait, just go to the other replay. This might take a little bit. I think might be like halfway through or something. I play four.
Maybe
It's
I
like
can
an
skip
old
a little bit more
replay.
forward. That's fine. Okay, that seems it's been Loki for a little bit. Yeah, then after maybe you swap somewhere around here. Oh yeah, that's when. Maybe even earlier. Yeah, okay, let's see. It takes some time. Okay, so that's when. That's when. Made the swap. Yeah, do you want to start here?
Yeah, yeah, that's perfect. Okay. I
Uh,
just forgot. Like I was not doing anything as Loki, and we are getting rolled up to that point.
that's alright. Okay, early damage. Not sure what their support is doing.
Invisible.
Oh, yeah. Oh wait, sorry, it's not support that's Sorg. I always sometimes the skin looks weird. Okay, that's fine. I just for a second I thought that's Inviswoman, but no.
Oh, that's Rogue. I didn't even notice as
Yeah,
well. Don't
that's
worry.
what I thought
That's
too. I thought that's Inviswoman, and then I'm looking at their comp and seeing, yeah, there's just no Inviswoman. Alright, there's a Gambit and Cloak. Oh well, that's okay. Anyway, trapping them in is a good idea. After that, this guy's killable, that's fine. Early damage from the main. Going after this guy. Well, I have multiple choices. What do you think I should do? Should you go after this? Should you... What do you think? What's your
I should have
suggestion?
probably just pressed. I should have probably just pressed my advantage with my strange
And
instead of
how?
trying to peel. It's because I saw my invisible woman that died. How could I press my advantage?
Oh yeah.
What character? Is that a Bucky on the enemy team?
Yeah,
Yeah, it is
there's
a
Bucky,
Bucky.
Phoenix,
Uh,
and
I
this
can't.
Cloak.
It's kind of difficult because I can't really pressure the Bucky, but the Bucky can kill me really quickly. I think I should have just like held like the cart a little bit and just chilled. Because if I try to push the Bucky and he's with the Phoenix, I could instantly die. And we don't have supports right now.
But let's think about the same idea. Is there a way for you to trap the enemy in as well with bad angle? Or is it just play the card? What if we do anything different? Remember, look at the space as well, right? You have to give up the space this way. So yes, your team walks back. So you can give up the space, but is there's an
I could
angle?
have. I couldn't like hold the left of cart and then try to pull one of them in through that,
Hmm. I,
like
I like
towards there,
this.
or like awaken from here, or awaken from here. So they have
Mm-hmm.
to look at me,
Yeah.
and maybe like my strange can like chill for a bit.
Yeah. 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 It's definitely. I feel like you don't have to, because sometimes you have to make the choice to peel for your backline, of course, but at the same time, it's just not the most convenient. You have those guys closer to you, so if you do, then maybe fighting them it's better, as long as it contributes to this area where you're fighting for, like they're fighting for this last section here. Okay, then we can just position accordingly, trap them in, keep doing the damage on them, and at the end of the day, this will feel easier. Yeah, I feel like just trading the backlines. It's kind of like back in the days, classic dive work in the Overwatch. Sometimes you just have to trade the backlines. If you have to chase this guy and like use your abilities 2 times, but you could be using abilities once and go after this guy's here, it's maybe better. You don't have to peel. These guys realistically they have a lot of sustain too. I think it's fine. If there are 2 people in here with a gambit, this may be still okay. Yes, he might get a kill too, but you can also get your kill. But now you chase this guy, don't get a kill on him, and you don't get a
Give up
kill on this
space.
guy. Yeah. So it's only if this is convenient. If this is really easy to punish, sure. Like let's say they're literally like
It's way out.
here.
It's very much out of my way
Yeah.
to go
Exactly.
back there.
Yeah, afterwards without to the backline though, but it's just you can do it even faster. Yeah, so I feel like there's just maybe no reason to do so. They kind of dodge you anyway. This is really good afterwards.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. After that, you see, and this is more convenient here. There's just no backline I can pressure. Let me choose to pressure this guy. Why not? Yeah, this guy's really far, so let me just go on this first. Maybe next, you can go after this, if there's gonna be easier decision. Which probably... yeah, you have to judge based on the HP. See who is gonna be easier for you. But yeah, right now, obviously, you choose the support right now. Yeah, they're at the same position. No. It's just first of all, support. Yeah, I know this guy's really low though, but it's just so much sustain.
Yeah, it's always a support. Always offer the support.
So much sustain. I'm sometimes even concerned. Okay, they're less than half HP. Sometimes I'm thinking if the support is still the same position, it's gonna be so much better. Because with all the amount of sustain you have in this game, it's just crazy how they can heal up everyone so quick. Well, in Overwatch, it can also be the same sometimes. You focus the tank, especially if they have their defensive, and then the HP is back. But, yeah. Oh, this one is interesting.
This game's a low risk, too.
The trap in the corner is not bad. Okay, I like this little angle here. Let's see. Is there a better way for us to perform this? What are your thoughts on this one?
I revealed myself too early. I should have held the third person view a little bit more and then like waited for them to push forward. Because I think if I didn't reveal myself, the 4 wouldn't have gone for me.
What is the best
You
time?
see, like he sees me.
Yeah.
The best time.
I
could have waited for the tanks to go forward and push the gambit.
Yeah, you
could have done that as well.
Yeah, your Strange is posturing a little bit defensively there too, right? So now this becomes, and yeah, like I said, you reveal yourself. Like I said, I think it's always start behind the cover and go to the cover next, ideally, right? So you peek, which you don't have to. Yeah, you have this cheating opportunity to scout people around corners in this game, which is really nice. So now that is something what we can do here first. And yeah, this guy is also, they hear you, but that's fine. Yeah, let's see, they try to also scout you in a way. Yeah, they're trying to, oh no, that was even not meant. I think they looked at you partially. Yeah, just the pressure starts from here. Yeah. So they know that you exist. Keep rushing the main, and then they grab. Yeah, it was not even. They're not even looking at here. Oh well, that's good for us. Something to be aware of, though. Yeah, this is really scary.
The 4 gets me.
Yeah.
The 4 got me.
Okay. So 2 things. Posture the tanks. Make sure the tank is more aggressive, probably, and then after that, you also look at how do you start pressure around the cover. Okay. Have to go up the space, that's fine.
I'm gonna die anyway. I say in too long. Yeah, I definitely die. At least I don't stagger by too much.
Try to survive there as long as possible, right? Well, yeah, this here... Well, if you choose to
This
rotate,
map sucks.
you also have to rotate. So here, you cannot afford to rotate to like this wide turn because this is gonna be fastest way for you to rotate like somewhere. Because there's a lot of open space, I understand, but still, there's maybe a chance. Let's see.
There's might be a better way to do that.
Let's see. Is there's a way for us? Because you do have mobility, so maybe it's not too bad to even think about. If I'm rotating, if this guy's really hard chase me, then sure, we take that. But yeah, probably don't take the left turn, you just go right side instantly. And there's HP packs, like this, on the right has been. Here, you just a lot of space. And also, when you rotate, usually better if you use verticality a little bit more. So obviously the Thor still can chase you, but at least bulky, they cannot punish you as much. Yeah, the wide turns are not for you, though. Like, you probably can keep doing this. So maybe you even can outplay this guy afterwards. Just one-on-one or something, and who knows, he makes a really bad mistake. You can't deal with him. Oh, well, that's fine. Because it just... I mentioned that because I feel like it's not decision to maybe try to live here. Because it's only Thor who can realistically deal a lot of damage to you. Maybe try to actively chase you. Maybe Rogue later, but... yeah, I feel like it's fine. Just decide a better rotation. Okay, let's see. Next. Starting here, that's fine. Looking for the early awakened, probably, right? Yeah. It's fine. And I see with this, it just to make your life easier, and this is what I mean. I know it seems like you're trying to do the stack a little, yeah, where you swing a little bit left, swing a little bit right, so you can catch them in a way, right? This is what you're doing, or what do we? Let me see.
It's a projectile from far away, so you're just trying to aim where you think they're gonna go.
Yeah, but the thing is, do you
Plus
even...
some controller.
Yeah, exactly. But see, this thing, I feel like it's more reliable to do when you're the shorter distance, because the people will try to strafe right in front of you. They will try to go left, right. So typically, you need to do a little bit of left turn, a little bit of right side. That's how the shurikens in the Genji would work, and the Overwatch as well. You don't see people to just like throw shurikens in one way. They kind of jiggle a little bit left, right. That's the same thing with you with a projectile, but at this range you don't even have to jiggle. Why? Because you farm an ult charge. What you're doing in terms of prediction is try to think what is that next corner they go towards. So you need to shoot corners. So see here, if I expect them to go around this corner, then you just aim towards there. You don't have to do the jiggle anymore. There's just more chance for you to meet more people. But once the fight is closer, then yes, you have to predict a little bit more and do this jiggle after. Does it make sense? Hope that makes sense. But
Yeah, I get you.
yeah, okay. Yeah, there's just more mechanical one, but I feel like it's really valuable for you. Just in terms of the uptime, you can hit more. Let's see, maybe there's... You probably also need to be quieter for this too. I don't like this. You need sharper angle. At least here, or let's say this doorway, and then you shoot corners heavily. That's all. I mean, well, I also said that farming all charge, right? But of course, if you have it, then there's not the priority. Maybe you can just force out some of
Set
the
up on an
defensive...
angle.
Yeah, set up in the angle, but of course, if you don't have ultimate, then yes, all of the devices is viable. Shooting the corners a little bit more to farm ult charge, but yeah. Okay, this one is really tricky. We started here, just go main, and then you grabbed in by the bot case. There's a better way for you to play this, you think?
Drop to the left and then try to jump and drag somebody in. Or just don't go main. I probably should have held like gone down on the left side and then like jump and then try to drag somebody in.
Yeah.
Or just like it's a bit weird. I really don't like this point because it's so open and it's really difficult to take an angle. Like the only real cover I have is on the left side.
Yes. You have to still come up with something, right? You cannot exist on the main, it feels like. Find a way to drop them in. You know, that's kind of the same idea as, let's say you would play, again, Winston or Overwatch. You walk in like this, you have to use your bubble for this. But if I jump the corner like this, or just anywhere where they cannot instantly shoot you, they have to peek Yeah, for example, if I sit near this, they have to peek, they have to walk in your space, and that makes it easy for the rest of your backline to punish. And also after, you have easy opportunity to jump them anyway. Yeah, you closing the gap for them, but now you have to close the gap, like use my ability once here, second time here. Here I can just already be here, and I'm not as exposed anymore. Yeah, this is gonna just kind of investing in going under them sometimes. You can use your ability to do that. Maybe you can also try to use the right side and do it this way. But yeah, always think about the corners, and the corners, there are two ways of thinking. It's vertical structures like this, where you hide, or it can also be horizontal structure. It's also hiding you as well. You can be under them sometimes and be really close. They have to think of you. You can set up the ultimate a little bit better. But now we have to disengage, right? We just could be sitting there on the left. Yeah, like that annoying angle. Remember we said on that choke on our first map, the midtown. Yeah, what if I'm sitting above, right? You're being really annoying. This is the same idea, but you're sitting under. You're really close to them. There's maybe no verticality too much.
They have to look at me though. I got you mean. They have to
Yeah,
look at me.
yeah, exactly. Okay. And now I see again, you making this turn. You went all the way back here, all the way in. This just takes a lot of time. It's not bad to pressure the backline afterwards, though. Yeah.
I don't think we needed that.
Okay. No, well, I mean, it's a nice way to finish the fight. Probably you don't, well, with Star-Lord, maybe you don't need, but your Strange good pick. It's not too bad, let's say, but yeah. It's just kinda, if you're not sure, let's say, like now, when you started. Yeah, it was not too sure. It's not 100% that, you know, this guy is gonna destroy everybody. So I feel like it's not too bad. You only have Star-Lord here, and the rest of the backline is literally over there. So...
Yeah, what the hell?
So yeah, I feel like it's decent. Sometimes stuff like this happens. Okay, what's next? Yeah, any questions, by the way, about this map so far?
Nah. It's just an awful map, but yeah, I get what you mean. I needed to set up at an angle before the fight, try to pressure them.
Okay,
Instead, try to stay on the angle a little bit longer.
Alright, let's look at the defense, maybe, a little bit, see how we perform there. Okay, so this is, I mean, attack. Yeah, yes. Yeah, okay. So this feels like not too bad one. Yeah, so see, you exactly know where the defense rotation is. It's gonna be here. There's more likely chance for you to trap somebody in this way. Yeah, do this turn. Yeah, go from cover to cover. That works great, I feel like. There's also maybe like more greedy opportunity. Let's say I can start here and then drag them in. But I feel like this is really a reliable angle. Most of the time they play the choke like this. Why not? Okay, that's nice. Can we try to do the same? Or should we? Yeah, well, maybe not. The Awaken's fine. Okay, what's next? Ooh, this guy's really aggressive. Maybe can punish. This is really good. Yeah, little angle here, and then up top them in. I push them in as well. Afterwards. Yeah, sure. I like the idea that you didn't go all the way back. You kind of go to cover here. So see, this is much better because is what I mean by non-linear rotations. Even this small stuff, I'm not going back all the way, but I kind of keep my angles going just in case. I can always go right side or like keep the cover like this so they force to peek me. It just always is gonna feel better. This one not too sure. Well, what do you think you should do next? Should we just kind of play card, keep using Awaken, or
I'm scared of Wolverine, so yeah. I'm trying to just like kind of play around card a little bit, and then after this I can probably maybe like go to the other door, try to Awaken from Actually, no. I should push the left the door right on the left here. Well, not the back, but I should have gone like around there or like where I'm left of right now, and then just hold the cover because my support see me, and I can maybe try to drag them out to my team, and I've got cover as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Something
thinking
like that.
too. Maybe, yeah, you have to be aware of this guy, obviously. But if you have your, if you're not on awakened form, it's okay-ish in a way. Yeah, maybe you can play around it. Just play around his, make the distance. Yeah, what's
Grab
the
it.
distance? Yeah, the grab. Yeah,
Yeah.
what's the distance? But even though he is gonna grab you, you can escape as well. If you have the, if you have the full HP, the shift, I feel like it's fine. Just don't let this guy grab you in the enemy team, I feel
Okay.
like. Okay, so keep the pressure up. Okay, sure, yeah. You're getting the pressure going. It's easy kill opportunity too, that's fine. It should
I
be
think I'm
okay.
dead. How well? Oh, okay, barely live.
You know, you had big advantage too. I feel like it's alright. You got a big advantage there already. Your team will probably heal you up. I feel like it's fine.
The hell happened over it?
Okay. Yeah, you guys just keep spamming the awaken. That's fine. Yeah, not sure we need to do anything here. Yeah, so we can keep holding the corner. That's good. That's what I mean. I don't feel like you have to do anything to this guy. This guy, just let him be. I don't know. Can you even punish him right now?
Nah, they gambitoed it. I was trying to see if I could stop him from getting to my supports, but they were already dead.
No, this is what I mean. It's just not gonna be. Can you stop this guy by creating your own
Nah,
pressure,
nah, I
the
can't.
convenient angle? Yeah, yeah, like
Nah,
directly,
he's
no.
got gambit.
Yeah, directly, this is gonna be really, really hard to do anything. So, what if I try to play for this, at least here? And what else you have? You also have your ammo, so maybe there's a chance you can set up something. I'm not sure, like, what, but it is maybe better cooldown trade here with the rest of your Star-Lord as well. But when you do this, then there's, like, no pressure here. I know there's still high chance you lose this fight, but I just want our decisions to be precise. Like, there's a high chance that you may carry the fights like this, where you're not sure. Yeah, if this guy goes really, really deep, right, I have to make a choice to do something else, what's convenient. Like, we talked about it on the, what was that point? Second point, I believe, right? I don't remember. Yeah, like here, when I said, okay, if I can sit here and don't chase the guy, the Thor over there, because you have the backline access easily. So now it sort of feels the same. Right, you invest one ability, this guy is not dead, and no pressure whatsoever, but maybe there's a high chance to do something, and that's it. It's still gonna die, probably, but yeah, anyway. Yeah, does all of that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I feel like we mentioned a lot. We started with... Yeah, it's mostly been positional, trap the enemy in. But yeah, let's summarize. What do you got out of today so far? What do you think you need to work on?
Okay. So,
Mhm.
don't sit in main as much. I need to find the angles to stay in, even if it's not anything crazy. I need to just like try to find a good angle to like contest it. And then if I try to get grabs onto people, and if I can't, I need to don't reset back to team unless I'm about to die. I have to find a way to stay around like a angle, just like any angle. I need to stay around it. I can't just go back to main. I also need to, if I've already got awakening form, I need to maybe not just like do it randomly unless I'm doing pressure. I need to try to like set up on an angle because it's more meaningful. Think about cover when I'm trying to grab people and whenever I'm just like moving around. Target priority. It's like what else? Just more like my rotation around the angles
Yeah.
and grabbing from like more effective positions. I need to maintain. I can't just keep resetting to main. I need to stay, try to kidnap, keep the pressure up, and I think that's like mostly it. I'd say.
Yeah, I would say this is good. So it's non-linear rotations. It's not only when you're escaping, but I feel like the most of the time when you try to escape, that's been the problem, right? You kind of go back to your team. I feel like there's less problem with us taking space. When you go to an angle right away, I feel like definitely this is much easier, yeah, for us to do. But yeah, I'll just say it this way. Go to angle when escaping more. Yeah, so this is how I will phrase it. But same applies to the taking space, of course. Yeah, sometimes there was third point, for example, you take space. Well, we end up on the main, might be not the best, of course, but you, especially during the escapes, just try to go somewhere else so you don't have to waste a lot of time. Yeah, spending all the time to go from, let's say, here to here and then go back all this way, right? I can just maybe, I don't know, go like here or something, and then I can set up my own pressure. As long as you have sightlines and your support, you're gonna be fine. That's what you're gonna rely on. I know a lot of people, they tell me, well, but my supports don't heal me or something. What do I do? Well,
No, I need to just get better positioning
yeah,
to make sure if I know what they are, then I can get to the angles that they can see me.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Sometimes, let's say they're really evil, they'd never heal you or something. Well, maybe you can search for the HP pack, but there's also the communication wheel you can use. Just ask for the healing, and should be alright. Should be fine. There's never like a good reason to not do this. Especially, I feel like at the higher sides definitely does not seem to be a problem, but especially lower rank players that tell me, well, I can't take angles because my healer is not healing me. But it's but you still have to. It's just such immense value, because if you don't, then you're just not setting up your own pressure. You're just sitting on the main there, and yeah, it's all right. Okay, and like we said, yeah, there's gonna be good reason why we're playing main. Mostly, if we are able to get kill. If not, then we typically, what we're doing is dealing with off angles first. Punish off angles more. Yeah, deal with off angles first priority. Okay, I think this is fine. Yeah, do you have any questions about anything? Anything was not clear?
No, it's just I think that's gonna like help with like me not feeling like I'm doing enough. It's because sometimes, specifically in certain comps against like some teams, I feel like I can do a lot because I can like, oh, it's strange. I can pull strange in so easily. They don't have a Bucky. I can pressure their support. So like it's a lot. Some comps I just feel like I can do it so much more. And then against certain others, I feel like I'm not doing anything because I have to like, oh, I have to sit around main too much because if I try a different angle and I get caught lacking by a Bucky or a Wolverine or an Emma, I just explode.
Oh yeah.
I just have to. I'll definitely try it out though, trying to stay on angles more and like all the advice that you said. I don't know. I'm just gonna try it out. It would probably be better. I just hope it makes a big difference.
Yeah, of course, of course. It might take some time, and I always tell people that once you implement something new, then maybe you might drop a few divisions, maybe or whatsoever, but it's fine. It's fine. Well, in this game, I feel like maybe it's not as drastic, but yeah, maybe you still gonna climb instantly or something, because it's just something what not a lot of people taking advantage of, all this stuff, the rotation stuff. But anyway, initially it might be that it will be a little bit difficult to implement all the feedback. It's okay, take the time, and then after you're able to do that just consistently, able to implement everything, it should be all right. You'll be on more this good autopilot, and this the everything will be consistent. Yeah, the pressure on the enemy, the angles,
Yeah.
all this stuff. But yeah, we can definitely review
Okay.
later and see what we need to work on next. I feel like something along, yeah, we talked about kind of fixing our uptime. Maybe we can take a look at the target priority a little bit more, timing. Can also talk about the compositional adjustments we have to make. That's more an advanced theory as well. Yeah, but
You
anything
mean
along.
compositional, like just like team comp?
Yeah, because at your rank, I would say it matters. Obviously, just on fundamental level, they kind of compare in two compositions, and this gives you direction of what your angle should be, what positions you may take, who to prioritize, stuff like that. But I feel like a lot of people don't take advantage of it as well. But we can take a look and see if it's needed. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's like the main advice. I'll try my best to implement it, but if you could just say like maybe like one more thing I could try. Like I know you don't want to overwhelm me with like advice because it's probably gonna take me a little bit to apply. But like I think I can do it if I like have my mind to it. But it's not anything like too insane. I just have to be. I'm probably gonna die a little bit more. because I'm gonna be
Yeah,
I'm
this
gonna
way
try
forward.
my luck with angles, but it's not. It's gonna happen. But I'm gonna try to see like how it goes.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
is there anything else you
yeah.
reckon I need to work on
At
though
the
besides
moment,
rotations?
at the moment, not too much. Yeah, rotations. Like we said, there's already too many ideas. I would say bait the enemy in, consistent rotation, especially during the defense. We also talked about the mechanical details just before the fight starts. Think about the corners. Shoot corners in the poke face more. Right? You just put a wall charge with your awaken. I feel like this is enough for now. There's maybe some of the stuff we can talk about later as well, but it just might take some time. I would just start there first. The way we can do it as well is always you can send me timestamps with the questions. If there's something what's not clear, we can go based on that. But first of all, I would like to see how the progress on this is gonna be. But if there are gonna be any difficulties, you send me questions and any general questions you would like to. That's fine. I can answer those as well. Some of the students they do it this way. They give me timestamp. They ask the question, and I answer it. Be as specific as possible.
Okay.
This can be also partially helping you to learn faster. And you want to know anything new? That's fine. Yeah, but yeah, I would just start with this
I
right now.
think I understand all the feedback. It's just I'm just gonna have to try to apply it and then try to find like the sweet spot between feeding and staying in good angles.
Yes.
I'm just gonna have to
Yeah.
find it.
Yeah, there's might be the problem with the timing. So what maybe I would also suggest that when you do all of this, you really have to look into it. So that's why I will review that first. We can take a look and
Timing.
see.
I've seen a lot of videos on timing. I need to just wait for when my team is like when they're looking at my team, and then I can like pop out from there and like see
Yes.
like it's an oversimplification of it.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I think that's where I will start off from.
Yeah, yeah, but this is what you might have initial difficulties with. I would say just if anything, then the timing, the timing may be the problem. All right, we'll see though. We'll see. Okay, I think that's it for today. Then, if you're gonna have any questions, let me know. Send me those, and I